But I do want to talk because we're talking about, okay, are the Democrats just going to be the anti-Trump party going forward? And that may not even be necessary because we could have some challengers to Trump. And I'm not just talking about Ron DeSantis. So if we exclude DeSantis, who he's running, folks, don't let him fool you with his, he's running for president. He just got his huge mandate in the Florida governor's race. He has $150 million in his campaign war chest. He's running for president because he can't run for governor again. So what you going to do with that money? You got nothing to lose in 2024. You're not up for re-election. Go for it. Well, he sucks. Don't go for it. I'd love it if he didn't. But besides DeSantis, is there anybody you think we need to keep an eye on as somebody that may have a chance?
Honestly, I don't really see anyone. I know it's kind of disappointing, but what we've seen over the last 6 years is a party that's been dominated by Trumpism. And yet when you get, as a result of the midterms, you see that hold starting to loosen. And I don't think there's anyone that I've seen so far that's ready to step up into that vacuum. Again, we've got the possible Chris Christie. Ooh, right. That's really the only one so far that I've seen kind of try to stand out. Maybe we'll have, Ted Cruz. Maybe there's, some other establishment-y type of Republicans, maybe some anti-Trump Republicans that will throw their hat into the ring. But so far, I haven't really seen any of them gain any sort of traction inside the party. And I would be very surprised if that happens. Right now, as you said before, it looks like Ron DeSantis, when he declares, because there's no question here, he will. It'll be a DeSantis versus Trump. But then again, I'm not exactly well known for my political, prognostications.
Back in 2015, I predicted Trump was going to drop out after the first Republican debate. That was before the debate even happened. I said, after that first debate, he'll make it. So I'm not so great at Trump predictions either. But I will say, if Trump gets indicted, about 5 minutes after that indictment, you can expect Ron DeSantis to say, oh, by the way, I am running for president now. And I think that's probably what a lot of these other Republicans are waiting for, too, because we do have big movement with the DOJ investigation. We're about to get the final report from the January 6th committee. So I think you've got a lot of Republicans like standing there ready to start the race, but only if that indictment happens. And I do think just people to kind of keep an eye on. One name I throw out there is Kristi Noem from South Dakota. She's got the MAGA credentials. She would never challenge Trump, but she could be somebody Trump may partner with, assuming he doesn't get indicted, which isn't that big of an assumption to make. We know how it works. But if he makes it through, and if he sees, okay, where's my weakest point? One of my weakest points is suburban women. So I got to choose a woman, but I can't choose Marjorie Taylor Greene because she is universally despised outside of her district. I need somebody that's not going to say no to me, but isn't, a wacky person. And, well, she is, but she hasn't had the publicity. I think Kristi Noem would be a good running mate for Trump if I'm a Republican advisor.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that you say Republican advisor. Okay, because if it was Donald Trump making the decision, well, there's only one thing that would matter to Donald Trump. Maybe two things. Loyalty. Okay, loyalty would be the second one, actually. And the first one is they can't overshadow me. I have to be number one. I am the best. I'm the greatest. That person who's running with me, whose name I will say every once in a while, they're over there. But they're tremendous and they're fantastic and they bring me coffee sometimes. Coffee boy, coffee girl, coffee boy, whatever.
And it could be Carrie Lake. It could be Carrie Lake.
It could be.
She's pretty much moved into Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, yeah. But I also kind of disagree with your assessment of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yes, she is universally hated by a lot of people. That doesn't mean that she wouldn't try anyway.
That's true.
Whether to be Donald Trump's running mate or even to try to possibly throw her hat in the ring herself. And not that I think that that's super likely. But again, when you're talking about the Republican Party and how insane they've gotten, you should really expect the unexpected at this point.
You,
I mean, nobody expected, you know, Kanye to come out and, you know, scream about how he loves Hitler, and then have Republicans try to defend him and bring him on their shows. You didn't actually mean that, you know, you love your Nazis, right? He's like, no, I love Hitler. Okay. Oh, I disagree with you on that one. But I think we need to have a discussion about the globalists. Alex Jones, clown.
Yeah,
total clown.
That was definitely not something I had on my 2022 bingo card. Not even close to it.
Expect the unexpected. The Republicans, they will surprise you.
And you know what's interesting too about the whole Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, rise to stardom, is that she hasn't technically been in office a full 2 years yet. I mean, that's what's so crazy about her just meteoric rise to stardom in MAGA world, is she is still technically a first-term member of Congress. There's 435 of them up there, and she has made such a name for herself in just 2 short years. You know, whether you love her or hate her, you know who she is. And that is virtually unheard of for a first-term member of Congress. But we got Lauren Boebert, Madison Cawthorn, who is not coming back, of course, but he was known. No. It's just crazy how these MAGA latchers on have propelled themselves to stardom, really.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right on that. It is insane. But again, when we're dealing with insane people that are driven by the base, who are living in their own alternate media reality, and that creates a completely alternate reality in itself, I'm not surprised. But you know what's funny? You said she's only been in the spotlight for 2 years. It feels like an eternity.
It does.
It feels like she's been here like forever. And that's so incredibly disheartening. Like, it's been 87 years. I feel like I've known Marjorie Taylor Greene for that long. Good Lord, it's only been 2. She's got a possibly long career ahead of her. I mean, she didn't exactly have any problems winning re-election in her district.
Nope. And
unlike Lauren Boebert, who actually did have a challenge.
Yeah, and I think a good Republican challenger in 2024 might be able to knock her off. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, to her credit, she's in great health. She works out, she exercises. She's in a deep red district that ain't going anywhere. She could be the next Dianne Feinstein. I mean, she could be there till she's 90. I don't want to be talking about her 40 years from now, but by God, if I have to, I'll do it. I'll be here probably with even less hair, I imagine, than I have right now. But God, I don't want to talk about her for another 30 years. But we could be in that situation. And speaking of the rise to stardom among these little MAGA freaks, whatever happened to poor Dan Crenshaw? I mean, Dan Crenshaw was the rising star of the GOP, put out his Avengers-style videos, and then suddenly, like, just radio silence from Crenshaw. And that's the weirdest thing to me, is because he was on the same level with, like, Gates and Greene and Boebert, and the other 3 stayed out there, and Crenshaw tried to, I think, become normal, like tried to not be as crazy, because he saw that, oh, this may, you know, I think he's got presidential ambitions eventually. But yeah, that guy just kind of dropped off the map. I know he's still there, but yeah, just Crenshaw kind of backed away from it and was like, I'm going to go in my deeply gerrymandered district for a while. So that was weird to me. I just wanted to bring that up because I found it weird.
Yeah, you know, it is kind of strange. Dan Crenshaw, that's what I like to call him, because of those ridiculous ads. But wasn't he beefing with Marjorie Greene for a while?
He was, and actually, Gates was in on that. This was months and months and months ago, because she was talking about impeachment, and those two were like, no, impeaching Biden is stupid. We're not going to do that. Even Matt Gaetz said it, who is now full steam ahead. Let's impeach him every day. But I think that's where Crenshaw kind of, you know, veered off the path and said, wait a minute, what if we tried being normal Republicans and just did tax cuts for wealthy people? People like that. So
yeah, it's like that. I forget Ohio congressman. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but it's one of those things where they kind of, once they are done with their primaries, they go a little bit to the more usual establishment Republican position. And you're right. I think that's what happened with Crenshaw. Turns out he wasn't as insane as he was, claiming to be, or at least hanging around that crowd where you have to be. And for the base, it's like, nah, no, we prefer insane.
Yeah.
We like insane. Be more crazy. Now, the problem is, if we've seen in the midterms, is that when you go too insane, you turn everyone else off.
Never go full MAGA.
Never go full MAGA. Yeah. It only worked once, and that was too many times.
Well, and I think Dan Crenshaw, I think the difference with him, because he can play well with the MAGA base, because he knows to turn it on and turn it off. Because Dan Crenshaw is not crazy. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's not acting. Like, that is really who she is. But you do have those candidates, and these are the ones that worry me the most, like Crenshaw, because he can turn it on and off. Like, depending on who he's talking to, he knows, okay, is this the crowd that I need to be crazy with? Okay, yeah, I can do that. Oh, I got to be totally normal. I'm talking to donors here. I can do that. Those are the people that are the most dangerous. Ted Cruz used to be that. But I think he was so desperate to be liked by the MAGA crowd. Like, he can't get himself out of it.
Yep.
I don't want to clown on Ted Cruz too much. Obviously, some issues there. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.